G'day, legends! Good morning, boys. How the bloody hell are we, lads? Good to see everybody. How are we, guys? Good morning. Big news this morning, isn't it? Big news coming up this morning. Where are we at? Let me get everything organized and sorted and rested and put into place. Feeling better? I am feeling slightly better. I think tomorrow I'll be 100% over it. How are you, Mickey Ward? Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, brother. I hope you're having a wonderful evening, Mickey Ward. Good morning. What's up, Super Gamer? What's up, Jock? How are you, man? It's so late. I need to go to sleep. Stay awake for about 3 more hours, Turkey Net, or go to sleep and just check the news in the morning. American football is for them. I agree, says Nat. I agree. I'm not a big fan of American football. Too many stoppages for me, mate. Way too many. Dude, it's late. Wait, I just read that one. I'm an idiot. How are you, Loyalty Business? Good to see you, mate. You're burning the turkey. We don't do Thanksgiving in Australia. It's an American-only holiday, mate. Can't be fair to stream during the work hours. Tell me about it, Loyalty Business, but I'm not going to work for another 26 minutes. Well, 36 minutes. There we go. How are you, Joey Smokers? Good to see you, man. How are you, brother? Feeling better today? There we go. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Americans. The crash out raised your core temperature to such a degree that it killed the cold in your body. I think it did. You guys cured me with the crash out. You guys cured me with the crash out yesterday. You know, we started arguing about Max Holloway versus JDM. That wasn't even what got me over the edge for the crash out. I agreed that Max Holloway was a better win. What got me over the edge was saying that JDM got a gifted title defense against Bilal Muhammad. I was like, that's what crashed me out. If you go back and watch the tape, it was saying that JDM got an easy fight against Bilal Muhammad. That's what raged me out, actually. NFL is horrible to watch. I agree, Super Gamer. It's just terrible to watch. But there are going to be a lot of Americans watching it today. They think that there is going to be 50 million people watching the fight today. 50 million people, not watching the fight, watching the game today. Watching the game. Which is a lot of people to have announced UFC 324 to. This is a massive announcement. They've also released a trailer on Paramount for the UFC, which looks so sick, which we're going to have a look at today. So, big stuff for the UFC today. That's a lot of new fans with eyes on the UFC for once. How are you, Loyalty Business? What's up, man? What is my Twitter account? It's on the bottom of the screen every single day and in every single video. I think it's Dougies.corner. That might be the Insta. Hang on, it's about to pop up on the bottom of the screen right now. There it is, right there on the bottom of the screen. Right there on the bottom of the screen. That's it there. Dougie's Corner YouTube is my Twitter account. There you go, Loyalty Business. JDM wins. JDM wins, obviously. JDM wins everything that he tries. I heard you guys cook koala on Thanksgiving. Is that true? No, koala's covered in chlamydia, mate. Gifted a title shot was insanity, to be fair. Yeah, he got gifted the shot, but it wasn't an easy matchup. It wasn't an easy matchup at all. They were saying it was like an easy matchup for JDM to fight Bilal. That's what caused the crash out. I heard you guys cook koalas. We do not cook koalas on purpose, but there are bushfires that do end up cooking the koalas. This is true. How are you, Wixen? Good to see you, man. Men in tights wrestling over a ball. What's not to love? I mean, we can't really call the NFL gay when we watch guys wrestling in their underwear as a sport. And then if you say that you don't like watching guys wrestling in their underwear, you get called a hater of the sport. Like, we really don't have a lot to talk about here. We are maybe the gayest fans in the world. We argue all day, all night about guys in their underwear wrestling each other. MMA fans might be the gayest fans in the world. I heard Dougie eats Red Rooster for Thanksgiving and he's very thankful. You know I hate Red Rooster. You know I hate it. I like to watch black men run a ball down the field. Average American. Doesn't NFL have some whites? I've seen NFL a couple of times back when I had an American missus. We watched it a couple of times. Not if you cook it right. You slow cook the committee right out of it. Oh, well, I'll remember that for next time. Commitment Islam had pretty gay fights. They do. And so does Hamzat Chimaev. So does Movzar Evloyev. You know, maybe the guys that hate the gays so much, maybe they shouldn't be wrestling so much. What about that? Did everyone forget where the like button is? Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Help the stream get out there. G'day, Miguel. How are you, mate? G'day, mate. How are you, brother? Good to see you, dude. I didn't turn off the audio for that. I was meant to block the audio for that, but I didn't. I'm an idiot. There we go. That's what I was meant to do. Oh my God, I sneezed into the microphone. What an idiot. Did everyone forget what the like button is? There we go. We were all hyped for this announcement just for it to be Harrison versus Nunes. I know. Harrison versus Nunes. And then I wonder if they're going to do Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje for the interim title. Because apparently Ilia Topuria wants to take some time off, which I just hate, mate. If American football didn't stop its play every 10 seconds and take another 2 minutes to reset, I'd watch a game or two here or there. That's what makes Australian football so much better. Very similar to Gaelic football for the Europeans. Australian football is a straight up 25 minutes with barely any stoppages. It's insanity. Just insanity. I avert my eyes unless they're standing and bagging because I'm a straight man. Too Smelly Fingers gets it. Too Smelly gets it. I liked the streams. Thank you, Miguel. What up, NFL fans? Dana White, UFC president. What up, NFL fans? Dana White. I can't do impressions right now. I'm sorry. Help me. Here to announce some big fights we have coming up. We're proud to announce Dern versus Wei Lee with the co-main event of Natalia Silva versus Pena. This is what real MMA fans live for. Yeah, no wonder they wanted something big. They will be so angry with Ilia Topuria if he is not available to go. Like, if the rumors are true and they can't have Ilia Topuria, they are going to be pissed off. 50 million fans for the first announcement. Like, the first impression is the most important impression. 50 million people at halftime watching this game. This is so big for MMA. So big. And if we are going to be dropping the first main numbered event as Harrison versus Nunes 2. God almighty. What a fucking dropping of the ball. And it all lands on Ilia Topuria's lap. Makes me actually hate Ilia Topuria for this, man. Just having Thanksgiving in Miami. Had some people fly in. That's awesome, Miguel. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you Americans. I know it's a big deal for you guys. I agree, Dougie. Those Muslim fighters should embrace their gayness instead of fucking their... I agree. I hope they announce Gaethje Paddy for a top contender. I think they will, Miguel. I think that's a guaranteed. Topuria is ducking Armin. Well, that was the video that I was going to make today. I was going to make a video raging at Topuria for ducking Armin Sarukian, but that video would have come out at about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then half an hour later, news would have dropped about 3:24, and that video would just get absolutely obliterated in the algorithm. So there is no point making a video today. So I thought, fuck it, we'll just go live again. But yeah, today's video was Ilia Topuria is running away from Armin Sarukian. That video is now useless. Ask the like button if it's ever been fingered by a professional MMA fighter. And what would it take? I'm a big fan of rugby league. I don't mind rugby league. Everyone in Scotland and Australia or New Zealand faces off in rugby. There's always a cold ass stare down during the national anthems. Yes, every time. Yeah, Australia, New Zealand, Scotland, like even England, these are great rugby nations. Rugby's pretty fun. There you go. You got the NFL on. There you go. Miguel's watching. Miguel will be ready to go. If Amanda and Harrison is the main event, I'm skipping. I don't blame you, Super Gamer. I don't blame you at all. Ilya fought for like 2 minutes this year. I know, Slops. It's hard being a fan of Western fighters this year. We've copped a lot of L's. Tom Aspinall running away, Ilia Topuria ducking Armin, JDM losing, Volk being out all year for no reason at all, just because the UFC want to rest him. It's not been a good year for the Western fighter fan base. This has probably been our worst year in MMA ever, to be honest. As a Western fan, we took the biggest L this year. There's just no getting around it. That will probably be a video as well at the very end of the year, after Piotr Jan gets smushed by Merab Dvalishvili. Topuria would smoke Armin? No, he wouldn't. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Chrissy J. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope you and your family have a great one. Yeah, that Ilia news pissed me off. Starting to annoy me now. Took 0 damage against Oliveira, and he's taking a long break. I know, Trip. I fucking hate it, man. I hate it. I feel that, I believe, but I believe me, he's fucking him, Duncan Armin. But believe me, he's fucking him. Ducking Armin, the only hard fight for Topuria at 55. I agree, Miguel. I agree. It's just unlucky for Topuria that he's got to fight Armin Sarukian, but that's the game. If Paddy versus Gaethje gets made for the title, we're finally getting an undisputed title for Gaethje. I don't think it will be. I think it'll be an interim title, help me. I don't think it will be undisputed. I don't think they're going to strip Ilia Topuria. I think they'll leave him as champion and have it as a interim title fight. Still sad for Jack Della Maddalena. It is. It is. How are you, Fight Talk? How are you, man? 2014 was worse. You reckon 2014 was worse? What, for the Western fan than this? I started watching in 2015 Fight Talk. So why was 2014 worse for the Western fan? Please let me know, man. Dougie in a rare white t-shirt. Today must be... No, this is my work. I'm in my work clothes. This is my plastering t-shirt. I'm going to go straight to work the moment the stream's over. So I'm in my work getup. What's up, Justin Kennedy? How are you, man? I think Jan versus Jan is going to win. You think Van and Jan are both going to win? I don't, Miguel. I think Joshua Van is going to get body triangled for 25 minutes. And I think Jan is going to get drowned. I can't type. That's all right. I can't read. Mr. Steal Your Girl in that V-neck. All right, too smelly. Stop it, you special thing. Pretty stoned before the turkey. Good, Miguel. It's Thanksgiving. You guys should be drinking, smoking, enjoying yourselves. Sharma versus Carlos for 324 is something, but I believe it's unlikely since Alex wants to take longer layoffs. Well, they might have done the thing that they always do, where they were planning for it to be Ilya Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett. And then Ilya Topuria turned into little bitch boy and ran away, so they did the only thing they can do. They break open the glass phone, and they call Alex Pereira. They turn on the bat signal, the Sharma signal, and they call in Alex Pereira. Dougie, those wooden doors don't look like a good idea for the... Okay, Trip. Thank you, mate. This stream is going to get a lot of views, mate. Let's just skirt the lines today, all right, Trip? It's not a regular stream. It's not an 8-hour doing nothing on a Saturday stream. It's the stream announcing that there's going to be big news in a few hours' time, okay, Trip? So let's just have a bit of decorum today, okay, mate? Topuria being out really sucks, but we have seen this when Khabib's father passed. Yes, we have. That's true, but that wasn't 2014. That was 2019. Yeah, so it does suck. And this isn't quite the same. Khabib's father passing. Khabib's father was a big part of Khabib's training, obviously. It also happened around the same time as the pandemic when everything was getting very hard to organize. Ilya's wife left him 3 months ago. The fight is in January. And I don't know about you guys, but when I'm going through something, like if there's a loss in the family or something like that, or a breakup, locking in on work actually makes things better as a man. You lock in on work and you get things done. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, James. Hope your work's going well. Work is in the trade industry. Everything needs to get done by Christmas. And the clients that I'm working for right now still haven't made up their mind whether or not they want a certain finishing on their house. And I need an answer by like fucking today. So, no, work's not going well at all. My life is a fucking mess at the moment, actually. Work is in shambles. It's my brother's birthday and my dad's birthday, and it's the busiest time of the year. Insurance companies are screaming at me that work needs to get done by Christmas. Builders are screaming at me that work needs to get done by Christmas. You guys are screaming at me because I'm not doing big, long streams anymore because I've got so much work to do, and I'm sick. So actually, no, Miguel, it's not going well at all. It's been a fucking horrible week, and I can't wait to feel better, to at least have that little pressure valve relieved. Call Alex if you need a fighter on short notice. Exactly, Miguel. G'day, Sharma. How are you, man? I got to be Thanksgiving party. Just thought I would tell you you're the man. You're the man, Sharma. Thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate you, man. You're a bloody legend, dude. A bloody legend. And while you're at the Thanksgiving party, chuck on the footy, chuck on the NFL, and enjoy the fight news, mate. Dougie's not watching Stranger Things? What is... I don't understand. What is Stranger Things is a show on Netflix. You can watch it whenever you want. Why would I be watching Stranger Things? Big news today, chat. Dougie replaces the big wooden doors to his corner. Thank you, Justin Kennedy. If Gaethje fights less technical and more like his old school self, he will murder Paddy. Paddy can't handle the power and the pressure. If Gaethje can shuck off the takedowns, Justin's low kicks will work too. Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. Who would I pick? I think in 2026, I'd have to pick Paddy Pimblett. Help me. Now, if it was Gaethje of 2021, I like Gaethje of 2021. But Gaethje of 2026? No. I've got to go with Paddy Pimblett. Plus, Paddy is just so big for the division. So big. He's like Masvidal in there. G'day, Junior. How are you, mate? Good to see you, brother. I hope that you're well, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you, brother. I know you're an American. Happy Thanksgiving to you, dude. I said that 2014 was worse because the big names either didn't fight, or if they did, it was in fights most didn't care about. I've been watching since 2010, and many analysts said 2014 was the worst year ever. Okay, Topuria was my favorite for this era, but man, this is hard to defend. Fair enough, Fight Talk. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, in my experience, 2025 has been a horrible year. Let's say 2025 is the second worst year. The worst year since 2014. But 2025 for the Western fan has been... DDP got smushed by Hamzat Chimaev. For the Western fan, it's hard to picture a worse year than this year. Sounds like a lot of excuses, to be honest. Thank you, James. Have you ate kangaroo? I ate kangaroo all the time, to be honest. How are you, UFC Master? Good to see you, mate. If so, fight Islam. Don't know what you mean by that. I missed your last live by 5 minutes. I'm sorry, Junior, but you're here now, brother. How you been, dude? Paddy's size won't help secure the takedown on Justin, and he doesn't stand a chance on the feet against the highlight. I think he does if he keeps it rangy. Paddy does most of his work at range, where Justin does most of his work in that, like, collar tie clinch upper hook, which will be very hard to get on big Paddy Pimlet. With how big Paddy Pimlet is. Yeah, I'll go with Paddy. I'll go with Paddy. Can you share the screen for the announcement? Unfortunately, I will be at work. The announcement will be at about 9 a.m. Australia time. If you want to know when the announcement is going to be for you, just Google what time the Dallas Cowboys play the Kansas City Chiefs. It will convert it automatically to your time if you Google it, and then add 30 minutes onto that. And that is when the announcement will happen. So for me, it'll be at about 9 a.m. and I will be well and truly putting plaster on the walls. Pump vitamin C and make tea with honey. Diced garlic, sprinkle of cayenne pepper. I know, that's what I've been doing all week. But thank you, Turkey. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's what I've been doing all week. I've been getting better and better. Yeah. Paddy is overrated and not overrated. Paddy is overrated and not overrated. Paddy is overrated and not overrated. What a sentence. Dougie, how are you celebrating Thanksgiving in honor of the US for exterminating its natives? I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and it's an American-only holiday, brother. I think 2026 UFC is going to be worse. Fuck, I hope not, Super Gamer. Ilya divorced Topuria is in legal battle, so Armin is going to manhandle Pimlet for the interim title. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to do Armin Sarukian versus Paddy Pimlet for the interim. I could see that happening. Paddy is deceptively big. Yeah, Paddy is weirdly big. Like I said, he's about the frame and size of Masvidal in there. And Gaethje is not a big 155er. Skipping comments on a stream that's meant to be quick and fast paced, unacceptable. I'm sorry, Justin Kennedy. I didn't even see your comment, dude. Where was it? Oh, there we go. Sorry, Justin Kennedy. I got my kitchen renovated last year. I was told it'd be done by Christmas. It was done in May. Yeah, I hear you, dude. I hear you. But yeah, right now we're in the thick of it where there is, it's all going to get done by Christmas. What do we got? I think we've got 4 working weeks left. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. We got 3 working weeks left. There's still 3 jobs to do. My builder thinks that they're going to be ripping up the floors next week when I'm meant to be doing the cornicing. I fucking said to him, no, you're not going to be ripping up the floors while I'm setting up stilts and scaffolding to do the cornicing. Why are you ripping up the floors now? Oh, the owners want to change the floors. Well, that's too fucking bad. If they want it done by Christmas, they're not ripping up the floors. We got 3 work weeks left. 3 work weeks left to squeeze in insurance jobs and jobs. Yeah, love it. Love this time of the year. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Couldn't be happier. I hope they rush Alex Topuria to the title. I hope they don't. Paddy's wins are guys who are on losing streaks. This is true. You're not wrong, Super Gamer. You are not wrong at all. I think Gaethje marches Paddy down, cuts off the cage, presses him, stuffs the takedowns, and get a flatline KO in the third. I mean, it'll be sick if he does. I'm a massive Gaethje fan, so it'd be awesome if he does. I'd be, in my heart, rooting for Gaethje. But my brain says, when will the fight announcement happen, sir? Look at the screen, sir. Look at the screen, sir. Yeah, I'll be happy if Gaethje does. I just don't think he will, man. Do you think when a koala takes a piss, it burns? Probably. That's chlamydia, right? Gaethje versus Paddy will be announced. Mark my words. We'll see, James. We'll find out. Baby. America is a rotten society. You would say that, Tunnel Man. How are you, Paradox? Good to see you, you bloody legend. I'm a bit ill, Paradox, but other than that, you can't complain, can you, mate? How are we, boys? How are you, Cheddar? Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, mate. Good to see all the locals and the regulars in here. Shout out to Cheddarhead. Happy Thanksgiving, Cheddarhead. I know you're an American. Watching Paddy's hair flop around every time he gets hit by Ilya will be satisfying. True, UFC Master. True, true, true. To be a good fighter, you got to fight cans early on. You can't be thrown to the wolves. You won't get far. That's for when you're elite. I agree, Junior. I agree. However, when you're in the top 5 of the lightweight division, you should be at the wolves, yeah? Old man Bluckowitz beats evil Anthony Smith, lock of the century. No, absolutely not the fucking lock of the century. Oh my God, no. No. That's why Khabib is damn good. Yes, true. Mitchies, tell my joke, take my beer to your Coke. All right. When's the fight announcement? So Christmas becomes less and less exciting every year that it goes on. I know, Justin Kennedy. I hate it. Can't wait to hear about the women's main event. 50 million new fans exposed to the UFC for a women's main event. Is Dana going to go live? Dana will be live on CBS at halftime. Crazy paradox. You don't sound sick? Thank you, Super Gamer. You should have heard me at the start of the week. He will get well soon. Thank you, Paradox. I appreciate it, man. I'll be right. 2025 has been terrible, no doubt. No American champs. Van is the only contender. Can't remember the last time this happened. Yeah, for Western fans, it's been horrible. Just horrible. Good morning, Shyla. How are you? I don't know if he'll be able to stuff Paddy's takedowns, at least not all of them. Well, Paddy doesn't really shoot takedowns. He more initiates the clinch, which Justin Gaethje likes. And then he goes for more of a judo throw, right? Justin Gaethje CTE has CTE. It fucking does too, Smelly. True. Dana will announce his 2026 Power Slap schedule. Guys, happy to announce Power Slap is coming to CBS. Crazy stuff, chat. Crazy stuff. Also, resist digital ID. You don't need to tell me, Fight Talk. You don't need to tell me. Big news on Australian digital ID. They have put in... Where is it? Let me turn this down. They have started fighting in the Supreme Court to fight back against Australian digital ID, which comes into effect in 12 days' time. The High Court of Australia has accepted a filing for a constitutional challenge to the social media ban brought in by the Digital Freedom Project, which is awesome to see. Good to see the Aussies pushing back. I like that, mate. I like that. Yo, quit streaming like Tom Aspinall. No, T995. I like streaming. It's fun. All jokes aside, get well soon. Thank you, Super Gamer. I'll be right, mate. It's just, you just got to sleep it off. It's just time, isn't it? Justin knocked out Dustin at range. He is a far superior fighter to Paddy. I think at once time he was, help me. I don't know about big 2026. Happy Thanksgiving. You're going to watch the footy later. You know what, Cheddar? I'll actually put the game on while I'm at work. Yeah, I'll put the game on my phone while I'm at work to catch the announcement. Rumor is Lopez is getting another title shot. Yep, that is the rumor. I have been thinking that for a while, mate. Yep. Quitter boy. Tom Aspinall, quitter boy. Stop at T995. Two Smelly Fingers has got the Santa hat on now. You love it, man. Dougie, you need chicken noodle soup. I saw it in a commercial. I'll be all right, guys. I'll be all right. It's just a little flu. I'll get over it. I can imagine Amanda Nunes will be a hugging fest. Oh, it'll be horrible. It'll be horrible. We will restore the spirit of Christmas. It's just, I hate this time of the year. I've always hated it. It's my brother's birthday, then it's my dad's birthday. So the family want to hang out. And then I got the builders barking down my neck. It's just, everyone wants to rip your time in different directions. It's just the worst. I hate it. So Ilya gave up the belt, I hear. That's the rumor, Cheddarhead. The rumor is Ilya is vacating, or that there's going to be an interim title announcement between Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje. This is what's making this particular news so big. Right? The news is going to drop at halftime. There's going to be 50 million new fans watching Dana White's announcement. There's going to be 50 million people watching this game on CBS. This is probably the biggest audience the UFC has ever been exposed to. And they need a fucking main event. They need a real banger main event. And January is always the hardest card to organize. Always. Because all the fighters want to take Christmas and New Year's off. They don't. What fucking fighter wants to be dieting during Christmas and New Year's? None of them. None of them do. Big news, Cheddarhead. Big news. Justin will thrive and deal damage to Paddy in the clinch. People forget, man, he trains with Usman. Usman's not a tall welterweight, though. Usman's a small welterweight, man. Thank you, Cheddarhead, for re-upping your membership, brother. 15 months we've been doing this chat. Craziness. Craziness. Thank you, Cheddarhead. I appreciate you, dude. Yeah, I still think you're talking about 2021, Justin. Help me. That's the problem. No to digital ID. I agree, Charlotte. No to digital ID. Aussie man fighting for the freedom. I'll send my support. Thank you, Too Smelly. I appreciate it. Too bad they threw. Yep. and they all got thrown to the wolves. I agree, Junior. Why do you think UFC champs are giving up the belt so easily? Because they make more money doing endorsements and podcasts saying that they're a UFC champion rather than actually defending the belt. Yeah, Shyla, I am sick. Yeah. Skip Garner make Aspinall versus Waldo Ortiz Acosta. No, you've got to do Garner. And then before Waldo, you've got to do Volkov. The family and the work twinks all want Dougie time, I know, and I fucking hate it. And then I want to be here on the stream with you guys covering the sport. I don't understand how people say that they're bored in life. There's too much to do in life, chat. Thank you, Cheddahead, for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you for the $10, Cheddahead. I appreciate it. Weston got one. That's good. Thank you so much, Cheddahead. That's the worst pull I've ever seen. That is the worst pull I've ever seen, but I appreciate the $10, Cheddahead. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Cheddahead. You're a legend, mate. Dougie, just got some herbal tea. I've been drinking tea all day, username. That's what I've been doing all day. Taking tea to work, drinking tea. It's just got to get itself out of my system. Skip Garner, we did that one. The family, we did that one. Snow on the ground here already. It's going to be a white Christmas. So it'll be a good Christmas. Amanda Nunes strikes. Valentina versus Kayla would be a hug fest. Valentina would go full Aljo and just start backpacking Kayla. Yeah, but it would be about whether or not Kayla Harrison will be able to hold Nunes down, and I think she would, man. Dougie is sick of Dana White's attitude. I fucking am too, Smelly. And Weather Report just says the word Muslims. Imagine Garn and Aspinall rematch and there's an eye poke in the first round. We burn down the Apex if that happens. Ilya is vacating. That's the rumor username. Yep. These fighters need to stop bitching. Even my bum ass cut weight on years. They need to put their girls down. I agree, mate. They, like, if you're booked to fight in January, do you want to be a fighter or not? I think Paddy beats Gaethje passing off the guard. I think Paddy beats Gaethje passing off the guard is here. I think Paddy beats Gaethje passing off the guard is here. I have no idea what you're saying, James. Garn versus Aspinall in January. I mean, there's no reason it couldn't be Garn versus Aspinall. Aspinall should get right back in there. Thank you again, Cheddahead, for the $10, man. I appreciate it. How about Ian Gary versus Tom Aspinall? Now that I would be happy with. Terrible draw, just a horrible draw. Do you go have some herbal tea? I will, man. Thank you. Easy fight for Tom since he'll lose to a cuck. Okay, Super Gamer. We love Tom Aspinall on this channel. Oh, God. Dougie, eat a lemon. I've been drinking lemon tea and honey. It just is what it is, guys. It just is what. I'll get through it, guys. Dougie, you just need a Vegemite sandwich. Thank you too, Smelly. Harrison covers Nunes's face. Harrison caves Nunes's face in. When has Harrison ever caved anyone's face in? She'll hold her down and smush her, lad. Honey and lime. Try it out. Honey, lemon, pineapple juice. Cough medicine. This is what I've been slurping down all week. Dougie, do meth. I'll never do meth again. Who are you predicting will be the main event for UFC 324? Shyla, I think it'll be Alex Pereira versus, what's his name? Carlos Ulberg, main event. I think it'll be Amanda Nunes, Kayla Harrison, co-main event. I think it'll be Gaethje Pimlet, 5-round feature fight. That's what I think the announcement is going to be. Weather report, slight chance of raining Muslims. Don't do meth, never do meth. I personally swear by a fresh espresso for an immune boost. A fresh espresso. I think that just gets your blood vessels opened up. Every part of Paddy's style is more conductive to a short fighter apart from the rangy striking. But the cunt is like 6'2". Every part of Paddy's style is more conductive to a short fighter apart from the rangy striking. But the cunt is like 6'2". Well, yeah, because again, he doesn't really shoot for takedowns. He does the judo clinch and the throw. That is true. That is more what a short fighter should be doing, yeah. Dougie's got the Aussie desert rot. None of this makes sense. Again. People are just saying again. Harrison has so many elbow TKOs in the ground. Fuck you mean, bro? Oh, yeah, I guess she does. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I was more picturing like a bang over the top. That is true. Help me. That is true. Why is Unk live now? Because there's no point releasing a video at 8 o'clock in the morning when there is going to be UFC news at 9 o'clock in the morning. It'll get destroyed by the algorithm. So I thought I would go live instead. That's why I've got this slideshow explaining everything right here. Look at the slideshow that's happening right now, guys. There's a reason I made this slideshow. It's a helpful little FAQ for all the questions you guys have been asking today. So we can just chat about what fight might get made. UFC announcement at halftime to 50 million Americans on CBS. What time will it be? Google what time the game is on and then add 30 minutes. No video today. The news drops at 9 a.m. Australia time. News today. UFC announces during the Dallas Cowboys versus Kansas City Chiefs. How many people are going to be watching? 50 million people are going to be watching the game. Look at this fun slideshow that I've made. Look at this fun slideshow that I've made, guys, to answer all of your questions. Harrison choked chicks out with her Adam's apple. True. One half of an NFL game is not 30 minutes, isn't it? Well, I'm an idiot. How long is a half of an NFL game? Not the AA, bro. I don't watch NFL, brother. I thought they were 15-minute quarters. How much is a half of an NFL game? Anyway, rumor is Tom is out for the foreseeable future, so Derek Lewis will fight Waldo Ortiz Acosta for the interim heavyweight title fight. You've made that up. You've made that up. A half of an NFL game takes like 2 hours. There's no way an NFL game goes for 4 fucking hours. There's no way. No fucking way you guys watch that shit for 4 hours. 30 minutes plus all the breaks in the play. If there's a ton of stoppages. Oh, God, your game is shit. How do people watch your slop of a game? Adderall is a good time, allegedly. We don't have Adderall in Australia. It looks like bro just woke up. I did just wake up. That's true. Only smoke meth on a Wednesday night after 11 p.m. That's fair. It will be Paddy versus Ilya. It will not be Paddy versus Ilya. Ilya is running away. I saved my drug use for cocaine. Well done. Paddy is going to miss weight by 20 kilos after Christmas. Probably slops. Probably. Harrison will look a bit lost on the feet in front of Nunes. I think Nunes is the better striker, but I just think Kayla Harrison is so much bigger than Nunes. Should be able to ragdoll her down. And also the lack of activity for Nunes is going to affect her as well. Harrison's been locked in on this goal for a while, and Nunes has been sleeping in her mansion that she bought after she threw the Pena fight. Release the files! It'll be Paddy versus Ilya. It won't be Paddy versus Ilya. Ilya's running away. I think the early lives have been a lot better than the daily videos. Yeah, but the daily videos are a core part of the channel. But yeah, when there's no reason to make a video, I won't. All right, Unk needs a coffee with a shot of Bailey's in it. True. We just care about turkey today. True. Dougie, we need a case study on how Zalal versus Cheeto was the biggest robbery in modern MMA history. It wasn't. You know it wasn't. Most of those 50 million won't know the man Harrison. They won't even recognize Harrison. They won't know what the fuck Dana White is talking about. I believe Paddy deserves better competition than Gaethje. Who, Shyla? There's no one else at the top of the division. I think Dana is going to announce a bunch of upcoming title fights throughout all of the year. Alex versus Allberg, Hamzat versus Fluffy, Nunes versus Harrison, etc. I think Dana is going to announce a bunch of upcoming title fights throughout all of the year. Alex versus Allberg, which will be early in the year, yeah. Hamzat versus Fluffy. Why would it be Hamzat versus Fluffy when it's Imavov is next? Why would... Nunes versus Harrison. Why would you say Hamzat versus Fluffy when Imavov is right there? Baseball can go for like 6 hours. Fuck all that. It's Max versus Armin for the vacant belt. No. No, they're not doing that. Do you really think Ilya is afraid of anyone at this point? No, I don't think Ilya is. Well, no, I don't think Ilya is afraid. Here's what I don't think. I don't think Ilya is afraid of being in a fight. I do think Ilya is a businessman that wants to retain the championship title for as long as possible. I think he doesn't like his chances with Arman Tsarukyan. And if they can get Arman Tsarukyan into an interim title fight, there's a chance that Arman Tsarukyan loses that fight and Ilya fights the winner. This is a much better business move for Ilya Topuria than to just go in there and fight Arman Tsarukyan. That's what I think. It's the same thing John Jones did. Like, John Jones didn't love his matchup against Tom Aspinall. So he waited for Tom Aspinall to defend the title against Curtis Blades because there was a chance Tom Aspinall could lose. Ilya doesn't want to fight, so he can, and he did the same thing. Like, he ducked Tom Aspinall for Tom Aspinall to fight Cyril Gane, and look how that fight turned out. And now John Jones can sit on his high horse, being like, Tom Aspinall quits. He's a quitter. Of course, I would have beaten him. Like, John Jones literally rode in on his high horse. This is the art of war. Like, rather than fight a fight which you're probably going to lose, duck and weave. And then I think that's what Ilya's doing. I think he's ducking and weaving, and I hate him for it. Ilya doesn't want to fight, so he can say that he doesn't have a job. Ilya doesn't want to fight, so we can say that he doesn't have a job. This makes no sense. Where is women's MMA main event? I will not buy. If there is a women's MMA main event, they cannot make this card a women's MMA main event. What's up, Nacho? How are you, dude? I thought Strickland versus Fluffy. Strickland versus Fluffy is in the works. It's in the works. How are you, Nacho? Good to see you, man. Good morning, dude. Dougie doesn't realize American sports is strictly meant for having background noise and for getting drunk too. Ah, so sports, Justin Kennedy. Dougie, why do witches not wear pants while wielding broomsticks? Why, two smelly fingers? Dude, you're not a gay Mexican. Just because you added some outro edits with Fuentes level promotion doesn't change that. I have no idea what you're talking about, Nitro. What if Dana talks... Fuck off. It's begun, chat. It's begun. What if Dana talks about inbreeding? I hope he does, mate. I want Paddy to beat Gaethje to retire him. I also want Armin to fight Ilya for the belt, and they definitely do Paddy versus Ilya if he beat Justin. I want Paddy to beat Gaethje to retire him. I think Paddy will beat Gaethje, yeah. I also want Armin to fight Ilya for the belt, yes. And they definitely do Paddy versus Ilya if he beat Justin. Yeah, if Paddy beats Justin Gaethje, they will 100% do Paddy Pimblett for the belt. The problem is, I don't think anyone at the UFC, nor Ilya Tapuria themselves, like the Armin Sarukian matchup. Hamzat versus Imavov could be the fight. Yeah, Hamzat versus Imavov. I get what you mean. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, overall, Dana's going to announce a bunch of fights. Like... The one thing with that is that's not generally what the UFC does. The UFC generally announce 2 pay-per-views at a time, 1 pay-per-view at a time, like 2 ahead. For them to announce a bunch of fights throughout the entire calendar, really not something they do often, man. Is Ilya afraid of commitment? He might be, too smelly. Nice edits, by the way. No way you made those yourself. Oh, at the outro edits. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, I did make them myself. Yeah, I did make them myself. You've obviously not seen the camping vlogs. I can edit just fine, thank you. And prenuptial agreements. Well, no man should get married. When you get to work, tell those mutts to finalize their house plan. Fucking tell me about it. Why are you changing your floor design? Why? It's all on the bottom screen below. Just watch the slideshow down there, brother. Why are you changing your floor design 3 weeks from Christmas? Are you retarded? When John Jones rides a horse, he specifically asks for no saddle. Sorry, Dougie, my chats have been incoherent. I'm going to assume you're just drunk because it's Thanksgiving, mate. I don't know how you stream so early. I wake up at 4 a.m., Nacho. This is the man of insanity. Only time people are watching a game is when the most sober person in the room makes a loud enough noise to get everyone else's attention. So when Joe Rogan goes, oh my goodness. I get it, dude. John Pork versus Dylan Dennis. These are the fights that we need. It's not generally what the UFC does, but the UFC doesn't usually announce fights in front of 50 million people. That's why I don't think you're completely insane. That's why I'm not crashing out over it. Like, it's not an insane thing to say. Like, this is a big stage. Massive stage. Huge stage. Biggest stage we've ever been on. This is big. This is a big stage. Massive stage. American stage. What's the prediction for the main event? I think, unfortunately, it's just going to be Alex Pereira versus Carlos Ulberg. Yeah. I'd rather kill myself than wake up at 4 a.m. every day. Welcome to my life, cunt. Dana better announce the card with some enthusiasm. Fucking tell me about it, Shyla. He better not be calling in from the fucking Apex on his phone. On CBS. So there's a trailer that's dropped. Now, we're going to watch the trailer. I can't play you guys the audio of the trailer. I'm going to play you guys the trailer that's dropped for the UFC on CBS. I can't play you the audio because there's background music and it will get the stream copyright. And this stream is going to get a lot of clicks because of the news. But we'll watch the trailer together and then we'll get out of here because it is 7 o'clock and I do have to go. So, everyone look down here. We'll watch the trailer together. We'll watch the trailer together. All right, watch again. This is the UFC on Paramount trailer coming up. It's a sick trailer. The music is that ready or not, here I come, I'm gonna find you. So you guys can check that out on Twitter. I'm going to post that trailer in the Discord right now. You guys can go and check that out. That trailer is in the Discord for you guys. Link to the Discord is in the description of the live stream. I have got to go to work. So, big news. Big news is going to drop in a few hours' time. It's going to be at halftime on CBS. I'm sure it'll be on Twitter straight away. But that is it. That is it. I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to go to work. I will be back at about 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. Australia time, Melbourne time for a live stream where we'll recap the news. The trailer that I just played is in the Discord. The Americans have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Have an amazing Thanksgiving. The Europeans have a good night's sleep. I'll see you in the morning. And to the Aussies, have a great Friday. Have a good work day. That's it, boys. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are the best live stream community in the world. And I'll see you guys in a bit. What do these random movies have to do with the UFC? They're on Paramount. Paramount is a movie network, Shyla. So they're on Paramount. The UFC is now on Paramount. They're colliding together. The worlds are colliding. Movies and fights are colliding together on Paramount. I think that's the point of the trailer. Yeah. That's it. All right, guys. Have a good day wherever you are. Happy Thanksgiving to the Yanks. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Goodbye, guys. Appreciate you guys so much.